Hey, Humanities 2, Shasta College. How's it going? It is Thursday. It's hot and muggy outside. I went out to the lake last night. The lake is nice. The water's clear and clean and very refreshing. Anyway, I'll make this brief today. If you go on your assignments, you'll see I've made an assignment, the first assignment. I'm going to have to change some stuff up because the syllabus, remember the last thing in the syllabus, if you read it, is syllabus is subject to change. Well, I got to change a few things because that syllabus was sort of based on my fall class where we had 17 weeks. And so there's a lot more assignments. There's a lot more stuff going on. This is a short session, 6 weeks. And so I've got to cram a lot into these 6 weeks. That means we've got to do an assignment a week at least. Whereas before I could take my time on assigning the assignments. I know you don't have the books yet. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't get the book, I could do this without the book because usually everything is on YouTube in some form of documentary. And so what I want, you've probably seen on my announcements, hopefully you have, that I want you guys to watch this documentary. It's go to YouTube and you punch in PBS and punch in Martin Luther King. No, I'm sorry, Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, two different people. And it's the complete documentary, parts 1 and 2. It'll take you an hour and a half or so to watch both parts. And that's your assignment this week. You're going to watch that documentary and you're going to write a critical analysis of that documentary. And I want to be real specific on what I'm looking for on this analysis. I'm not looking for whether you liked it or anything. I'm looking for your analyze what you're seeing. Critically think about what you're seeing. You can't go to Wikipedia and look this stuff up. You got to watch the documentary because we're not in the classroom. Normally, we'd be watching this documentary in the classroom, but we're not there. And so you have to watch it on your own time. So watch it, take notes, and take notes of what you think is going on. The theme of the documentary are you understanding the themes? Are you understanding this history of it all? And tell me what you're seeing and what you're getting out of it. You're not just telling me what you see, you're actually trying to analyze what you're seeing. And it's a very complicated subject, but it's essentially the book starts here. You don't have the book yet, but it starts essentially in this area. And it's the Age of Enlightenment, which was when Martin Luther broke away from the Catholic Church and he started a new way of philosophy, more freedom. It wasn't so dogmatic and it wasn't so brutal. The Catholic Church had dominated, the Roman Catholic Church dominated the culture and all cultures throughout the world, and they had an army to back their belief system up. Martin Luther broke away from all that and said, we're free people, we should be able to think on our own. And it started this debate about, can you live a secular life separate from religious? We're still debating this to this day. And secular essentially means you don't follow any one dogma of religion. Or you don't belong to, you're not a Presbyterian or a Catholic, and the Lutheran Church is named after Martin Luther, for those of you who are interested. Anyway, watch that documentary. It's really done well. Liam Neeson narrates. It's fairly new. It's hopefully entertaining. I don't want to bore you guys with boring historical stuff. It's not boring at all. It's essentially, this is the foundation of when this class starts. And from this foundation, the Renaissance will eventually happen. And that's when we have writers like William Shakespeare and artists like Michelangelo. Things, it's when we get indoor plumbing, folks. I know that sounds strange, but it's not. Up until now, we were throwing our plumbing out into the street. Indoor plumbing was created during this time. It's not what we think about indoor plumbing now, but we'll be watching a documentary on how Florence, Italy, they devised a sewage system for the first time. Underground, the sewage went into the river. Hadn't been done before. They figured out how to do that, and it changed a lot of things. It got rid of a lot of disease. It made us healthier. It made a more vital culture, and artistic endeavors and culture started thriving. If you can imagine, with plumbing, simple as that. If you have plumbing and a way and means to get away of human waste, it's a good deal. Third world countries that live with human waste right out the door are not fully developed. There's a lot of sickness, there's plagues, everything else. So plumbing is a big deal. And that's for another class, though. I want you guys to look at this documentary today and write this paper. Go on the assignments, you'll see it. Go on the announcements, and you'll see where I announced you should watch this documentary. Now you need to watch it because I decided you're going to write your paper about it. So watch it, take notes, and write your paper, 2 to 3 pages. Double space, Mla Format. If you don't know what that is, you should look it up. But that means 1-inch margins. Put your name, the date, the title of the paper up at the top of the page so I know who you are. And you will write it in a Word doc or a PDF doc, and you upload it to Canvas. That's how I'm going to grade it. If you have trouble with that, you got to contact me. There is a deadline. It's open right now. So that means you can write your paper right now, and it's open until Monday till about 2 o'clock. So you've got 5 days, 4 days, whatever that is, to finish the essay. Please don't wait till the last minute. Late assignments, you'll lose 5 points a day. You lose 5 points if you're late. And if you're late, 1 day it's 5 points, 2 days 10 points, 3 days you'll get a 0. So you don't want to be late because I'll start knocking points off. This is going to be worth 15 points, so it's worth quite a bit of points. It's your first essay. I will go easy on you when I see that I'm not getting exactly what I want, because you won't know that yet. We'll see after this first paper. So it's an important paper. It's a stepping stone paper. And so you'll see the due date. Hopefully you know how to look up the assignments on Canvas. If you don't, contact me. You know how you do it through my phone number. Just text me or email me. And I respond pretty quick. Martin Luther was an important historical figure, controversial figure, because anything that broke away from the Roman Catholic Church was considered sacrilege. It wasn't. He was a very religious, pious man, but he just didn't want to follow the dogma of the Roman Catholic Church. He essentially wanted a different, more freedom of expression, freedom of thought, freedom of belief. He wanted to loosen the shackles of the old church. And so it started on this journey that we're still going to this day. We're still on this journey. But it opened the floodgates for a creativity in the world that never been seen before. Because people were no longer afraid of the religion, because they might be punished. They reveled in their freedom of expression. And that's what humanity is all about, freedom of expression. There is another documentary I suggest you go watch by A.C. Grayling. It's called Humanism. It's an hour long. It'll help put this in context. It's on YouTube. Also, I announced it. It's on announcements. Go watch that. You're going to be watching a lot of YouTube because we're not in the classroom. And we, in a way, I like visual study better than actually reading out of the text because you guys will watch it like a movie. Although some of them are boring, some of them are lecture. I'm trying to stay away from that stuff. Anyway, I think you'll enjoy, I know you'll enjoy the Martin Luther one. Don't think of it as some dreaded thing. Try to enjoy it. You'll be surprised. Anyway, and write an awesome paper about it. If you have any questions, contact me. You know how to do that by now. It is Thursday. This paper is not due till Monday. You've got plenty of time to watch the documentary and to write your paper. Don't wait till the last minute. And because if technical difficulties come up, then you're going to be messed up. And then you'll have excuses. We don't need excuses. You've got plenty of time to do it. Make sure your YouTube's running. Make sure you can watch these lectures. Make sure you're up and running on Canvas because the course is already 4 days long. And next week starts beginning with a new week and a new decade in our humanitarian studies, which will be going into playwrights like Shakespeare. But that's not until next time. So this week, focus on this Martin Luther. And if you have the textbook, some of you don't, most of you don't, I realize that. It is in the first chapter. You'll see it there, Martin Luther, and how his influence changed everything. So please do that. I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of stuff. I might check in with you guys later. We'll see how I feel. But I think you're on a good start. Hopefully you'll see how to do this and how to write about things. And I know some of you told me you're not good at writing essays. Well, this is college. This is how you learn. Anyway, you will get better because I don't like testing a lot, but I do like writing essays. Critical thinking is essentially how I conduct most of my classes. How to think critically and analyze material. Okay? Anyway, that's all I have to say. Go to the assignments. You'll see it. I'm going to end this right now, and I will see you later. Stay safe. Bye-bye.